Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy have their work cut out for them. There's a few difficulties as they try to fix our government. It's going to be interesting, but it's going to require a united effort of all of Trump's cabinet appointees. I'm John Mike Keene. Here's the president.
Thank you, Vivek. Good. He working with Elan on efficiency. They're working on efficiency, among other things, and they're going to be saving a lot of money and making our country stronger and better. And they'll be coming out with individual reports, but a big one toward the end. And you put those two together, it's going to be really great.
They're going to come out with reports, Vivek and Elon Musk, but they don't have the authority themselves to fire people. That's going to come down to the appointed department heads that Trump puts in. You know, Matt Gaetz, Tulsi Gabbard, anyone in charge are going to have to do the firing.
Musk and Ramaswamy will be heading the Department of Government Efficiency, which is now using X to hire employees. The agency says it is looking for, quote, super high IQ small government revolutionaries willing to work 80+ hours a week on unglamorous cost cutting. And there will be zero compensation.
This is something Elon Musk is crowdsourcing on X. He's getting the people to come in and help for free to identify one of, there's 3 million government employees that they have to clean up.
That's not such a great sales pitch. Work 80 hours, no pay.
It sounds like you want the type of people that have built the greatest companies in Silicon Valley to come jump in. And Maria, I'm just friends with these guys helping out on the side, and I've gotten hundreds of notes from people. How can I help? How can I?
That's Joe Lonsdale, one of the most successful venture capitalists in the world, who is excited. He's a friend of Elon Musk and Vivek's.
America should be growing. Our economy should be growing at twice the rate it is. And like so many of us for years, for decades, have seen this sclerotic bureaucracy, this fourth branch of government that's permanently in charge of our country, and wish someone could do something about it. So this is a huge opportunity.
Government's too big. Vivek and Elon have said they should be able to cut easily 1/3 of the government budget. Now, of course, that's going to be a problem because we have a lot of bureaucrats entrenched. Their goal, in fact, their whole life mission is to keep their job and keep the money coming into Washington, D.C.
This is a very serious effort, right? The only way this is going to work is that they're part of the transition and helping out and making sure we're putting people in who are going to be bold. Listen, Maria, when you go to D.C., one of the rules in D.C. is this fourth branch of government. It is cocky, right? It is so convinced. I even talk to friends and friends of friends now, like, oh, they can't do anything. They're not going to be able to stop us.
This will be the battle of the next 3 months. That's why I'm covering it now. I'm just letting you guys know what the score is. This is the first job and the first resistance they're going to get of Trump versus the deep state.
We're too powerful. Like, there's 2 rules for what that government actually does. One is they give hundreds of billions of dollars to their friends. And 2 is they protect themselves. They have not only most of the Democratic Party, but also a lot of Republicans that for decades have protected the special interests of these bureaucrats. And these bureaucrats, they're convinced nothing can be done to them.
And some have a theory that Trump picked Matt Gaetz as a canary in the coal mine to flush out all the Republicans that won't pass him, the Republicans that won't allow him to be appointed. He's going to have a list and they're going to be investigated.
And I think there's going to be so much happening at once. There's going to be so many regulations they're going after to get rid of. And there's going to be so much waste and so many people, so many things that shouldn't be there. And they're not doing it to attack these people. I think they actually want to be the energies. We want to be very generous to the people, but we need to get rid of this waste. And there's a lot of smart people coming to do that. And I'm very excited about it.
So it's not that they're against the people. We want to keep their jobs and have them work with us. Now, here's all of Trump's appointments.
I mean, the only way you can actually do this, remember, is with extreme boldness, right? I think people don't understand, like, this has to be, it's a form of a war. Like, the people, all these departments in D.C., they're set up to defend themselves. And they assume that people are going to come in, they're kind of going to get along. Maybe people will try to move around a few percent on the margin, but they assume no one's going to ever really be able to change them or take them over.
And that's why Trump got a bunch of bulldogs as appointments, which is very different than the last time he put together appointments in 2016. Trump had no idea what he was doing. Now he knows exactly what he's doing. He's driven and he has a mission, and the entire team is united.
Like, they are ready to be bold, right? You look at the new SecDef.
SecDef is the Secretary of Defense. That would be Pete Hegseth.
And you have someone who's young, who's smart, who's a warrior, and who's not going to be pushed around, and who's been willing to speak up and say what's broken, say what we have to get rid of, and rethink things from scratch. And you see a lot of these different picks. I think you're really picking people who are bold and who are ready to go to war for our country and actually change things.
So while everyone's making fun of RFK's credentials, Pete Hegseth's credentials, Christine Noem's credentials, Tulsi Gabbard's credentials, Matt Gaetz, they missed one thing, that these people don't care what you think about them and they're ready to do battle.
Yeah, and I think that's partly why Trump's detractors are afraid of him. Okay, because he's going to come up and break some stuff and, start again. And they want the status quo.
We voted for Trump to break some furniture, and it's going to be messy. No one wants to see their job broken up. And there's going to be all kinds of TV shows of, oh, this person used to be in charge of this program and they helped old ladies, get food. Suddenly they're going to be breaking a lot of stuff. It's going to be very uncomfortable and difficult because when you're on the teat, when you're on the government teat, it's going to hurt to remove it.
They're afraid of losing their grip on power. Trump has been filling more key cabinet positions. He's tapped Robert F. Kennedy Jr. for Health and Human Services Secretary, Matt Gaetz for Attorney General, Marco Rubio for Secretary of State, Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense. Some of these are real non-traditional names, and that's the point.
That's exactly it. Everyone missed it except for John Mike Keane. The whole point is that these are untraditional people who will not defend the broken system that's there and destroying the country. I'm John Mike Keane.